Good morning, everybody. Today, we have to start the second part of determination of income and employment, that is, short-run equilibrium output. Dear student, whenever we talk about the equilibrium, you people are familiar with the term equilibrium from the microeconomics. So, whenever we talk about equilibrium, one question arises whether in short run or in the long run. Right now, we have to discuss about the short run. So, for the short run, see the concept, what it's meant to concept of short run in macroeconomics. Dear student, it's almost similar as the short run what we studied in microeconomics. According to Alfred Marshall, time divided between four categories: very short run, long run, and very long run. But we consider only two categories of the time. One is short run, another is long run. See, whenever we discuss about the short run in the microeconomics, you can say it refers to the time period in which at least one factor of production remains constant. Means there is no possibility to change all the factor of production for the firm. The time is considered as a short run. If there is no possibility to change all the factors, you can say we are in the short run. I like that concept of short run also applicable in the macroeconomics. According to Keynes, it's defined as a period of time during which technology doesn't play any role to increase output or employment. Means there is no role of technology, or you can say technology plays no role in the determination of output in the economy. If technology doesn't play any role, what can play the role? What's our topic is determination of income, output, and employment. We have to discuss in this segment determination of income, output, and employment. So, from the national income concept, we know about national income equal national output equal national expenditure. Output, income equal output equal expenditure. So, due to that, we can remove the concept of income here. We have to discuss about the relationship between output and employment. So, our topic is short-term equilibrium of output. Short-term equilibrium output means our output here, output will be the function of employment. Means we have to discuss only the relationship between two. In the short-term equilibrium of output, output is totally depends on level of employment. Higher the level of employment, higher the output, and lower the level of employment, lower the output. There is a direct link. Means direct relation between output and employment. What can suggest there is direct link between level of output with the level of employment. Means output is determined exclusively by the level of employment in the economy. Higher the level of employment, higher the output. Lower the level of employment, lower the output. Technology remains constant. There is no rule of technology. Means whatever the technology we are considering, it's a given and unchanged. So you can say there is one-to-one relationship between output and employment. One-to-one relationship. Thus, if employment is double, output also will be double. But there is a limitation with the output after full employment level. What the objective of an economy to attain the level of full employment? The level of full employment refers to a situation in which aggregate demand exactly equal to aggregate supply, or in other words you can say the level of full employment refers to the situation in which all the resources of the economy are fully and efficiently utilized to produce the various goods and services. So in this concept, if you go through the text of Keynes, there is one-to-one relationship between output and employment, as technology is assumed to be constant. So there is no role of technology. Our level of output only determined by the level of employment. So see the concept of equilibrium of output. First we have to discuss about short term. Short term, the time period in which technology remains unchanged. Means our economy is not able to change the level of technology. So after having come on over the short term period, we have to discuss about the concept of equilibrium. See, the concept of equilibrium. Equilibrium output. Here output, as we discussed, output equal income equal expenditure. So you can say output equal income. So short-term equilibrium refers to a particular situation in which aggregate demand AD must equal to aggregate supply. S must equal to AD. What S? It refers to planned output. It refers to output planned by producer to produced during a financial year. Means producers are willing and ready to supply whatever the quantity during a financial year is called aggregate supply. The concept is truly ex ante approach. It is the planned level of output, and aggregate demand refers to the totality of quantity demanded by all the consumer for all the goods and services during a financial year. So both the concepts are ex ante concept, means both are the planned level of output. First, it's demanded by all sectors, from household, government and rest of the world. And second, it's supplied by all the producers during a financial year. So, whenever we discuss about AD equal AS, as we know that AS equal income, we already discussed it's in the topic of aggregate supply. It consists of two components, one is consumption, another is saving. So, as we discussed before, AS equal Y. Since we are taking AD equal AS, you can say AD equal Y also. In such a state, there are three possibilities. There are three possibilities. Aggregate demand exactly equal to aggregate supply. Aggregate demand less than aggregate supply, and aggregate demand greater than aggregate supply. Say, the three other possibilities. What are the possibilities? It's required for equilibrium. But to study about the equilibrium, we have to consider about the other possibility. If our economy not attain equilibrium, what the possibility before us? So say there are two possibilities. One possibility is aggregate demand greater than aggregate supply. The condition 1, and condition 2, aggregate demand lesser than aggregate supply. These two conditions are conditions for the equilibrium. Our target is to attain the equilibrium. If it is not, so there is disequilibrium in the economy. So, see what happens if there any one condition we are facing from other possibility, that is called disequilibrium. If AD greater than AS, consider about the first, AD is greater than AS. What will happen if our consumers are willing to purchase more of quantities what our producer is willing to sell? If this is the situation in the economy, suppose करो कि इकोनॉमी में हमारे कंज्यूमर जो प्लान कर रहे हैं परचेज करने के लिए, प्रोड्यूसर उससे कम सप्लाई करने के लिए प्लान कर रहे हैं, क्या होगी? अगर प्रोड्यूसर सप्लाई कम कर रहे हैं और कंज्यूमर डिमांड ज़्यादा कर रहे हैं, if there is a surplus stock of inventory with the producer from previous year, past year, they will be able to sold it out. If it is not, what's happened? There will be situation of crisis of output or product in the marketplace. Due to crisis of supply, it will rise the price. If there is rise of price, it will lucrate or attract the producer to supply more and more, and they can plan to produce more and more output from next year. So, if this is the situation, AD greater than AS, first impact there is unemployment in the economy, because AD, whatever the quantity demanded by consumers are not fulfilled by the supply. If it is so, you can say there is unemployment in the economy. Means we already discussed in the previous chapter, producers retain their excess capacity. So S accordingly will be adjusted according to aggregate demand due to retained capacity with the form of producers. So if it is so, the condition A of unemployment in the economy aggregate demand, so it's excess demand in the economy. Since there is excess demand in the economy, we already taken assumptions our producers are rational. We have to consider everyone playing their role rationally. Man is social animal, man is affected by their self-interest. So whatever the objective decided by the people, they have to do accordingly to attain that objective. So if producers are willing to maximize the profit, they will have to supply more and more output due to more demand in the market. So it will be profitable for the firm to supply more and more. So if it is so, AD greater than AS, initially due to impact of this, there is a situation of excess demand. Due to excess demand, there will be unemployment in the economy. But since the producers are rational, they will supply more and more further. To supply more and more, they have to create more and more employment in the marketplace. Second, next condition, what will happen if AD less than AS? Demand is lower, supply is higher. Means if there is a situation in which our supplier are not able to sell their entire product, it will create stocks. It will create extra stocks with the firm. What will impact? Undesirable stock with the firm. So, if there is excessive stock or unsold stock of the product, that is goods and services with the firm, what they have to do? Further, they have to curtail the plan of production for next or coming financial year. Since there is unsold stock, undesirable stock retained by the firm, they will suffer. They will incur the loss. In the first condition, they will attain super normal profit. See, if the first condition facing by economy, producer setting firm attain super normal profit. Since demand is higher than supply, if demand is high, price will be rise. If price will rise, other things remain the same. since cost of productions are given remains unchanged, so firm can attain more and more profit. Since there is more and more profit, they will have to plan for more and more output in the coming year, and it will rise on output, income, employment. Means the first condition will be beneficial for coming year. The first condition of disequilibrium, it should be beneficial. It will rise income, output, and employment. Of it will rise income, output, and employment. But the second condition, create undesirable stock with the firm. What the firm has to do with the undesirable stock? If they are not able to sell their product in the economy during the financial year, they will have to retain the unsold stock for next financial year. Due to undesirable stock, they will have to incur the loss. Production itself होगी, sell coming year के लिए wait कर रहे हैं. Means due to loss of the firm, it will decline on. It will decline output, income, and employment. See, the two conditions. First condition of disequilibrium, aggregate demand greater than aggregate supply. Second condition of disequilibrium, aggregate demand less than aggregate supply. So what will happen if economy face the first condition, aggregate demand greater than aggregate supply? It will rise the price of product in the market, and since there will be rise of output, price of goods and services in the market, it lucrates the firm to produce more and more. So since a producer attaining supernormal profit, they will have to plan to produce more output that will generate more income as well as more employment in next financial year or further financial year. But the second condition, AD lesser than AS, it will create undesirable stock with the firm. Undesirable stock of the goods and services retained by the firm for next financial year. So they will have to curtail the production, that is output, for further financial year, and they will have to incur the loss. Due to incurring the loss by the firm, they will invest lesser in the coming financial year. Due to less investment by the firm, it will create or it will decline output, income as well as employment level in the economy. So see the three alternatives we have. First is the ideal alternative, and two other are not ideal, but AD greater than AS is favorable, but AD less than AS is unfavorable. So see, what one economy desires to have, the first condition, the ideal condition for an economy is the ideal situation. AD must be equal to AS for any financial year with the any economy, because it will maintain level of equilibrium for the economy to attain full employment equilibrium. But if the other conditions are, the first condition, AD greater than AS is the favorable condition. It's a favorable condition. Means if our economy doesn't attain full employment the current financial year, hopefully she will attain full employment in further financial year, because it encourage the firm to use their potential to produce more and more goods and services, because there is no crisis of effective demand in the market. Since there is an effective demand in the market, they will plan to produce more and more. That will create more output, more employment, more income for the firm as well as the economy further. So this condition is favorable condition, not an ideal condition, but it's a favorable condition for an economy. But the second alternative of this equilibrium, in which AD less than AS, what will happen? It unfavorable condition, since continuously it sink the size of economy. We already discussed in the chapter circular flow of income in the introductory classes. Circular flow of income, if producers are not able to sell their entire product, it will create undesirable stock or undesirable stocks, encourage the firm to curtail the plan of production for further financial year, and due to curtailment of planning for production of goods and services for next or coming financial year, it will decline all output, income as well as employment in the economy. So, dear student, what we discussed today, one is the concept of short run, another is the concept of equilibrium. So, there are two approaches we have for the equilibrium. Ideal approach is AD equal AS. Next is one another approach, that is called alternative approach of equilibrium. Alternative approach of equilibrium is popularly known as saving investment approach. So dear students, in the next class we will discuss about the alternative approach of equilibrium through the text or concept. After that you may able to understand it through the diagram or schedule. So for today it's over now. Thanks all.